Hello my friends. Right, I'm going to give you another tip today on making your own gravy. Now I'm doing slow cooked beef here. It's been on since about 7:15 this morning. It's now 5:05. So we're going to get everything ready. We usually eat at 6 and I'm going to start putting the potatoes on and etc. But in the meantime I'm going to turn off the slow cooker, but I wanted to show you how to make gravy. Now when I put this meat in the slow cooker this morning, I put water about probably that deep. The reason I do that is for gravy, because beef makes a really good gravy. Yes, I'm going to use granules. I know that is cheating, but to get the best out of the granules, you need your juice, your stock off the meat. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me show you how. I use a very professional method. It's called the glug glug method, which is that. And if I need more fluid or if I need more granules, I'll put them in if it's not enough. So in here, I've got my piece of, turn it off. I've got my piece of beef, and I don't know if you can see this, but the stock is taking on the colour of the beef. So that's what it looks like. So I'm just ladling this out of here. So with the granules. Because beef gravy is the best gravy. Everybody loves to have lots of beef gravy. I will show you a close up in a minute. Now, would everybody also like a tip on how to do that quickly? What you do when you've got your ladle in the fluid, whatever you're scooping up, if you make sure you see the back end like that as you've got your ladle going in, so you can see the back end of it like that. So you've probably got about the top centimetre of the spoon sticking out. You can do it. It looks full, but it's not quite, so that you can still transfer it quickly. Just give this a good old twist. Now let me just tilt you to show you. Can you see all those little bits in there? That's beef. That is the beef stock. That's why it makes such good gravy. So I've still got lots of water left in there, lots of stock. So this is for tonight, obviously. And what do I do with the rest of the stock? Well, sometimes you might cook a chicken or pork. Chicken has a surprisingly large amount of fat that comes out of it when you cook it, and so does pork, obviously, for the crackling, and it's just laden with fat. So that, I mean, it tastes delicious, but it's not particularly healthy. So in general, although the beef does have some fat cooked on it, in general, it's not as fatty as chicken and pork. What comes out of those is a lot of fat. So when I do those meats, I will save the stock from the slow cooked beef and put it in a container and freeze it until we have a fattening and more fatty piece of meat. And that is one of my top tips for you. Another tip, when you cook meat, if you try to cut it when it's too hot, it crumbles, it falls apart. Now, slow cook is a bit different because it basically falls apart in a nice way, in a tender way, so it's different. It's like pulled pork, but slow cook is just different. But if you're doing chicken or if you're doing pork, I have done another video on cooking pork. I don't know where I can't remember what it's on now. I think it was on one of my knife videos or something, of carving pork and how if you let a meat joint stand for as long as you can, so like let it rest. The reason you let it rest is so it's easier to carve. And talking of knives to cut meat, don't use a knife like this. This is my knife that I use for meat. I have done a video on these knives. This is my absolute favourite. In this instance, I'm not going to wait for that to rest, just because it's slow cook and it will fall apart on its own and we don't care what it looks like. But it does look nicer when it's presented on the plate if you've got company, when it's carved, and the only way to carve it is to rest it. It's also much easier to carve if it's cold. Do you want to eat cold meat though? Probably not. So that's another tip. So I'm going to get on and put my potatoes on and my broccoli. Yes, I'm using my pressure cooker. I know I'm using my pressure cooker because I love my pressure cooker. So I'm going to get on with that now. Okay, this is my little piece of beef which I've cooked in the slow cooker. It was taken out about half an hour ago, so it's been rested for half an hour. So I'm just going to have a look at it now. But I anticipate this is going to be pulled beef rather than sliced, because it's been cooked for a long time. I've got 2 pieces of string on it. Okay, right, that's them. Right, let's watch it fall apart now. I think it will anyway because it's rolled. It's carving better than I thought actually. I'm going to take that off like that. Do you know what? It's better if it's pulled in it. Look at that. Look how tender that is. Yes. That's what I love about slow cooked meat. Basically cuts itself up, doesn't it?